You had the idea. You almost said it, but you didn't. Then someone else did. And just like that, their name was all over it. And you're stuck whispering the only word left in your brain. Yeah, the one that begins with a big old F, and it's not what the fun. We all second guess ourselves before saying an idea out loud. Because what if it makes us look dumb? What if it's wrong? Or just painfully obvious, it hurts to even say it? But if you don't put your idea out there, no matter how dumb you think it is, someone else will. And when they do, it stings. Because now you're the one who's jealous of a big, stupid idea you had first. Welcome to the Envy League. Hey everybody, it's your creative sidekick and resident envy expert, Matthew Doherty. And if this is your first time, welcome. If it's your second time, welcome back to the Envy League, the podcast that turns jealousy into what everyone else will be drooling over next. Each week, we take the kind of creative envy that usually wrecks us and turn it into something of our own. We break down why we're obsessed, what works, and this week, why it's time to speak up and say the idea out loud you keep second guessing. I've spent the last 15 years as a creative director, strategist, and full-time idea person in advertising, media, and entertainment. I've worked with everyone from CMOs, CEOs, celebrity talent, to interns, producers, brand managers, and that one person in every brainstorm who just never turns their camera on. And what I've learned is, it doesn't matter how senior you are or how many awards are on your shelf, we all freeze in the same moment when we're about to say a stupid idea out loud that might make us look, well, stupid. So today, we're breaking that moment down. What's a big, stupid idea? Why do we talk ourselves out of them? And I'm going to show you why saying that big, stupid idea, the one you keep talking yourself out of, might be the smartest thing you do all week. And at the end of it all, I'm going to share with you 4 creators I follow, because watching the way they say their ideas out loud might be the push you need to finally say yours. On top of it all, these 4 creators are just so tuned into culture, they'll instantly upgrade your algorithm. So what is a big, stupid idea? Well, it's not actually that stupid. It's the thought that pops into your head first, the one that feels almost embarrassing to say out loud. You're thinking, there's no way this is what they're looking for. It's too easy, too obvious, too simple. You scribble it down, then immediately cross it out. Because it doesn't feel clever, doesn't feel groundbreaking, doesn't feel like something that wins awards. But sometimes, that's exactly the idea the room needs. Let's put it into context. You're in a brainstorm about what color the sky should be for a project. People are tossing around wild stuff. Tornado green, tomato colored skies, purple skies with cotton candy clouds. And there's that one guy that goes off tangent and gets way too excited about the frozen clouds on Dr. Mann's planet from Interstellar. And yes, I'm pumped to get to make an Interstellar reference. Annie, I hope you're listening to this episode. And meanwhile, you're just sitting there thinking, I don't know, the sky should just be blue. But you don't say it because it feels too basic, like saying water is wet. And then suddenly your coworker, Alexis, goes, what if the sky was blue? And the room loses it. The creative director's weeping. Someone's putting Alexis in for a promotion. She's going viral on TikTok. She's getting PTO she didn't even request. Meanwhile, you're devastated, sitting there like, that was my idea. I was going to say that. That's a big, stupid idea. It's the thing you almost said but didn't. And now you're jealous of Alexis's idea that you had first, which is exactly why we need to talk about this. Let's be real. Sometimes your idea doesn't feel scary to say out loud because it's dumb. It feels scary because it's messy. They're not fully formed ideas yet. The words don't match the feeling yet. It's like trying to explain a dream while you're still half asleep. So instead of blurting it out, you mute it. You think, if I can't explain it pitch perfect, I'll sound dumb. If I say it messy, I won't get the laugh, or worse, I'll kill the vibe of the room. And this shows up everywhere, from your group chat to the all hands meeting in the corner boardroom. But here's what you're really doing. You're inventing reasons not to share. You're not Superman protecting the room from a bad idea. You're protecting yourself from feeling exposed. This is the reality. I promise it. The idea you're scared to say is often the one that matters most because it's still raw, it's still real, it's got you in it. And that's why it feels so vulnerable. But that's also what makes it so valuable. Good creative partners and leaders don't need perfection. I'm just looking for a spark when I'm hearing ideas, something to get things moving. And that brings us to the next thing. You might not see the brilliance in your idea, but someone else will. Good creatives can hear the value in any sort of messy idea. They can mine what you're saying and find the hidden gold that you can't see. Because that weird little half thought, that clumsy throwaway line, that's your girl on fire idea, Katniss Everdeen. And you might not even realize what you said. But a good creative partner hears past the chaos. They go, wait, say that again? That's hidden gold. You don't need to have the pitch deck version of the idea. You just need to get the raw material in the room. It could shift the whole direction of where you guys are going. That's the power of saying the thing. Not to be right, but to help the room and the people in whatever you're doing, from a brainstorm to an ideation session to a writer's get together, actually get somewhere better together. So don't sit on it. Drop the idea in. Let someone else run with it. And if you're worried, your name will still be associated with it. Which brings us to our final point. Your big, stupid idea is an easy win that can get you all the credit. Because they're easy layups. They feel obvious. But if no one else says them, it's yours for the taking. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that simple means bad. That if an idea comes to us quickly, it must not be worth sharing. If I thought of this, surely everyone else did too. Oh, it's just not true. Because here's the thing, they didn't. Because not everyone is thinking obvious. Obviously. We convince ourselves that simple means lazy. That if it's not clever or award-worthy, it's not worth saying. But sometimes your big, stupid idea isn't stupid. It's just clear. And clarity gets picked. Clarity gets used. Simple gets approved. Here's another truth. Clients love simple. Creative directors love simple. Stupidly simple. Oh my gosh, I could hear that in the back of my brain. Sometimes people just love a sky that's blue. It's stupidly simple. So don't wait for someone else to say it. Don't overthink your way out of the win. I think you should always keep a few big, stupid ideas in your back pocket, because sometimes saying the obvious thing out loud is how you walk away with the credit you actually deserve. Okay, so we've talked about why you need to say the thing, even if it's messy, even if it's obvious, even if it's stupid. But what if you're not even sure how to say it yet? Sometimes you have to hear other people share their ideas before you figure out how to voice your own. You've got to collect a bunch of different voices, pick up different styles, see how other people's mind flows, so you can start to get a better sense of how you want to talk about your ideas and figure out how to pitch them as your own. That's why I like keeping people in my orbit who make ideas look easy. People who don't just speak out loud, they're posting out loud. Who throw wild, brilliant things into the world with zero shame and full taste. So here are 4 creators I'm obsessed with right now, because they remind me what it looks like to put it all out there. Their ideas aren't just smart, it's how effortlessly they share them, the way they spot patterns, twist perspectives, and make leaps I never saw coming. I love following @GirlInBlue Studios because she's always asking, what if this, what if that? What if I made a hot dog campaign? What if I created a salad bar from scratch? And then she tells you, this is how I do it, and shows you her entire process. No polish, just her brain, her style, her taste, all out in the open. The more you can watch people think out loud like this, the more you'll be able to get your ideas flowing. And no matter how many of her reels I watch, I'm also going, dang, maybe I should try something like this too. So @GirlInBlue Studios, if you're listening, let's team up. You've officially inspired me for so long to start my own series like you, and I'm probably going to do one. Thank you. I don't follow @Soren.Iverson because he makes cool things. I follow at Soren.Iverson because he makes me pull my hair out going, how did you even think to connect those two thoughts together? Soren is what happens when Goblin Mode meets Design School meets a Black Mirror's writer's room. His ideas are funny, biting, weirdly elegant, and most of all, on point. He reimagines all our favorite apps and social networks and reworks their user interfaces with a satirical spin and social commentary that's out of this world. He doesn't just mock up features, he builds entire speculative realities that are too smart to ignore and too dumb not to love. Like imagine opening Uber and seeing a new ride tier, Hotbox, or playing Christmas music in July and Spotify goes, Christmas music is locked until November 24th. Or you're binging Love Island on Netflix and that pop-up window we all know and love asks, continue watching or speak to a licensed BetterHelp therapist. To me, he is the epitome of posts that go, why didn't I think of that? The envy hits hard with this guy. I love your mind, Soren, and I just bought your book. Every @HeyRiley post, and that's @Hey_Riley, it's like meme culture ran headfirst into high fashion and somehow came out the other side looking way too expensive. He's got this Photoshop fever dream energy that mashes up luxury labels, internet references, and cultural icons in ways that feel absurd and editorial. Sometimes it's satire, sometimes it's just pure taste. Either way, it always hits. Think Hannibal Lecter in a muzzle, but throw in heart hands. Miranda Priestley as the high priestess at the latest Pope conclave. Or Timothée Chalamet as the new face of Chanel Amé. He's out there remixing pop culture with style, irony, and zero explanation. I follow him because every single post makes me think, what in the heck can I mash up with such style and such sexy grace? And again, think about his ideas and how he's delivering them through the visual content, through the post copy. It's all great when it comes together. @Gabois describes her work as emptying her brain out like a purse tipped upside down. She's got old gum, weird memories, relics of the past, and a rogue AirPod all tumbling out in the most deranged, Delulu fantasy kind of ways. Her feed is like if your drunk drawer went to fashion school. Every object she makes, whether it's swim goggles, sushi containers, or a dozen oysters, is completely reimagined, reassembled, and reborn into surreal, wearable art. And what I love the most, she makes it physical. These ideas are real. You can actually experience these things if you can get your hands on it. It's not Photoshop. It's not a concept deck. It's fully built, fully weird, and fully genius. She has this uncanny knack for taking something you almost forgot about and making it feel like it belongs on a Paris Fashion Week runway. Every post turns my brain outside in or inside out in the best way possible. I just don't want to save. I want to experience it. Everything she does. And that's the core four for today, each with a different way of making their ideas seen and heard. They've lit something up in me, and I hope they do the same for you. So give them a follow. They'll start helping curate your algorithm too. And again, just helping you show how they come up with ideas. And if you follow at the Envy League on Insta, I'll be sure to post about them so you can find all these creators all in one place in a post. So, you started this episode thinking your idea might be too stupid to say out loud. Too messy, too simple, too obvious. But that's exactly why you need to say it. Because your big stupid idea, it can get the room unstuck, light up the group chat, move things forward. And there might be something else inside it that someone is seeing that you're not, the bigger picture. And you're still going to get all the credit for sharing it. So here's your homework. Say the stupid idea out loud and watch what happens live. Just don't count on Andy Cohen being there. It'd be cool though. What up, Andy? So if this episode struck something with you this week, send the Envy League to someone who overthinks like we do. This is our little secret society, and we want more people like us to be a part of it. And the fact that you made it all the way here, you're part of the ENVYLEAGUE club now. And you're not going to want to be late for class next week. So hit follow on your favorite podcast app so you never miss a beat. Send this to a friend who should be in the Envy League with us. Admissions are always open and rolling, And that's how this coven of creativity grows. All right, Envy Leaguers, class is dismissed. See you next time.